Hello, fellow communicators. Welcome to a behind the scenes and making of lesson 31 of Watch Your Language, Voice and Diction for American English. I am Tish Trunk Parmalee, communication consultant, professional narrator, and your host. Let's go. I have been wanting to do a behind the scenes episode to show you guys just what goes into the making of each lesson that you see every week. And I finally have a chance to do it on lesson 31. So we're going to do this. I guess you've noticed it's a little dark in here. I'm inside my booth. And I don't need a lot of light when I'm recording and narrating. There is heat coming from this monitor, and there's this little light over here, this little light of mine, and that's all I need, really. So it's going to be a little bit dark in here, but you're not just going to see me. So we're going to get started. And just to give you an idea of what my office and workspace and workflow is like, I'm going to open the door. I'm going to hope there's no surprises out here. That's how you end up on Go Shows. All right, here we go. So as you can see behind me, this is my workspace or my work desk. This is one half of my work desk. And there's three monitors, or there's my laptop and two monitors there. That is where I do my editing, mixing. That's where I'll be mixing music and chopping up things and making sure that all the spelling is correct and writing my scripts and all that other stuff. So let us get started, and I hope you enjoy this. All right, I begin by opening two copies. The first copy I'll be working in, and the original, and then this copy that you see in every lesson. I originally started Watch Your Language as a podcast about 9 years ago, and it was going to be a paid for online course. So that's where the second copy up above came from. So I made some changes into the copy you see now. The first copy originally it was a lighter background, and I changed the formatting on it. And originally it had, I believe, 15 words in it, and I reformatted that to 10 words. There's a 15 words right there. I reformatted it to 10 words. Then I go through and make sure that you have some good words, some words that will challenge you, and some words that you may use in everyday life. Also, I use this as a template. You might see coming up here, you might see lesson 30. What I'll do is just save over. There's a lesson 30. What I've done is saved over it and changed it into lesson 31, did a save as that we know how to do. Once that is all done and I've changed the words and done all that, I will go through and make sure everything is still lined up, all the animations are correct, and that's what we will do coming up in a few moments.
Next level. Next level.
Once that is done, I will go to a pre-made slide that I have and update that for the next lesson and make a slate, or what I call a thumbnail, or what I use for the thumbnail in YouTube and I use for the artwork. I will create that using a relevant quote. Then I will go and do a save as a JPEG and save it into my slates folder to be used on Instagram and YouTube artwork. After connecting my booth to my laptop, I open up Camtasia and get ready to do a screen recording of the PowerPoint presentation, and that also records my narration at the same time. I have tried doing it separate, but the editing was horrendous and took too long, so I just got into the swing of things and found my groove and was able to record. That made things go a lot smoother, and everything is ready. I switched the monitor so the screen is recording my laptop. My script is right there, and I'm ready to record. Be quiet. In that session, I actually recorded 3 lessons, and afterwards I go through and watch a few pieces of the recording and make sure everything captured right, the microphone worked, and I go to produce the raw recording into an MP4. Even though I could have done all the editing in Camtasia because it had all the tools I needed for editing, I love editing in Sony Vegas. It's what I started out with. So I just stuck with what I know and what I love to use. I open up the file containing the 3 lessons I recorded, drag those onto the timeline, and let that render itself. Exit out of my file folder and just start editing. Right here, you will see me separate the lessons. That's one of the things I like about Sony Vegas. I can visually see separation. I separated lessons 31 and 32, so I can visually see which lesson I'm working in. At the end here, you'll see me reduce the Power Practice Review 6 because that's a completely different sound template that I use. And from there, I will go ahead and edit what I need edited and mix music and all that, and we will be back once that is done. After I'm done editing, like I said, I add the music, which is what you see as the burgundy bar down there. That's the theme music, the opening and closing theme music. I will save my work, actually several times while I'm working. Then I will go in and select the entire episode or the entire lesson there. I'll go up into the file menu and click render as, and I will save that into an MP4, then change the title up above as Watch Your Language Lesson 31. This little part right here is sped up for time. To render is probably about a 3 or 4 minute lesson. It takes about 3 to 4 minutes to render. And once that is done, I go through and watch the entire episode as I edited it, and just as an extra quality control measure. Everything looked great, so I just drag and drop that file into the uploader. Then when the template appears, I edit that and update it with the current info for the current episode. Once that information is added, I go into my slates folder and add the slate that I showed you that I made earlier, the JPEG, and that will be my thumbnail for this lesson. Once everything is uploaded and it hits 100%, I click publish. Then I will check the video through to make sure everything sounds right on YouTube. After that, I will scroll down and click Edit Video. Once in the text editor, I click Editor on the left-hand side. This is where I am able to add the end cards, and that's the circle where you see my face smiling and the link where you can see the playlist so you can access all of the other episodes. After that is saved and processed, I will go back to the video, scrub all the way to the end, and make sure that it is there because I just like making sure. I love doing quality control checks. Let's see if it shows up. And it did. Yay me. And on to the next step. Because Instagram doesn't let you upload through the PC, what I do is send the artwork and the text description to myself through Facebook Messenger, hop onto my tablet, and add it that way. I save them and download them, and that'll be the next image that is uploaded to Instagram. So after that, I don't do any changes to it really. I will go through and I think I do the vignette and darken it around the edges and make sure that is a little bit more crisp. I paste the text into the box there. Then I tap to add to my Facebook page. Access will be granted. I hit share, and that is how I produce an entire lesson start to finish. All right, ladies and gents, boys and girls, thank you for watching this behind the scenes and making of lesson 31. What'd you think? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you want to see the full episode, it's already up and running. Be sure to subscribe here and on Instagram and Facebook. There's lots more to come. Lesson 32 is the last lesson of this course, of this go-round of the course. And the Power Practice Review 6 will be the final Power Practice Review. And that will be it for this chunk of the course. There's more coming, but that's going to be developed at a later date. I really appreciate you guys being here with me from the beginning, from lesson 1, or if this is your first time here, welcome. Nice to meet you. Until we meet again in the future, be kind, rewind, and my darlings, watch your language. Take care. I know you didn't think I was just going to fade out. I have to dance to the music.